Sharon here from Little Bell Creations, and welcome to month 3 of the Galaxy Block of the Month. So excited for this month's fussy cutting. But let's first have a look at what you'll be receiving in your monthly package. This month you will again have your envelope with all your papers. Inside it will be your full coloured card of the 2 blocks we're making this month. So we're doing 2 feature blocks and our 4 partial hexagons. You'll have both your spot fabric and your black and white fabric. You'll have your feature fabric, and then we've got our 4 tiny dots and tiny coordinates. So this month we are playing with Mystic and Flare, and then over here we have Sunrise and Lily Pad. And our feature fabric is Oh Nuts in the Glimmer colourway. This is such a cute fabric. I love the little guys in this fabric. So I'm just going to move all these to the side, and we're going to have a look at our feature fabric. So again, this month you have a half yard cut, so you have more than enough to achieve your 2 blocks as I've cut them, or as I am going to cut them for my quilt. And I will also show you some other fussy cuts that you can get from it as well. So if you want to do something a little bit different to me, you can. What excites me about this fabric, and Chula Pink does it quite regularly, is she reverses the images within the print. So if we look at this little guy here who's currently upside down, he has a family friend or a twin that is exactly the same as him, but he's in reverse image. So this means if we come in and fussy cut him out here and him out here, they can face each other and achieve some great results. So this is what I'm talking about. We cut one of him here and one of him here. We can have them facing, or backs facing, and fronts facing. So we can achieve this awesome fussy cut because he appears on the print in reverse. Now Chula has also done this with one of the other critters on here. So this little critter here with his tail that goes up, he has a twin as well. He's been reversed in this print, and it is, of course, it's at the seam. Let me just open this. I can get it open. Okay, so this little creature here, he has an exact twin, a reverse twin over here. So again, he can have a similar effect with his tails facing each other and his faces facing each other. So this is the type effect that I'm talking about. So we've got here and we've got here. So instead of cutting 6 of the same print, this month we need to go in and cut 3 of this print and then 3 of this print and piece them. So where'd my other one go? Oh. And piece them so that we get these awesome effects. So month 1 and 2 we didn't have the option to do this fussy cutting. Let's have a quick look. In month 1 we did what I like to call a highlight fussy cutting, which is also what we can do with some other elements of this print this month. So we've taken the same element from the print and we've cut it on repeat 6 times to achieve that type of fussy cutting. Month 2 we had the awesome symmetrical print, which gave us true kaleidoscope effects with our blocks. So month 3 we're going to add to your repertoire the ability and the knowledge to fussy cut this type of print. Now I do have to warn you, there does look like there is a 3rd option for this type of cutting on this fabric. Now which one was he? It's this guy here. He looks like he has a twin over here, but they're not. They are, the animal itself is a replica, but his surroundings are not. And that may cause, you can have a play and do it and still see what your block comes out like. But because all elements around him are not exactly the same, he won't give you a consistent effect like we achieve with the other 2 fussy cuts. So it's probably as clear as mud to you at the moment. But if you just look, this guy here, he has an acorn directly under his feet. You come to this one here, he doesn't have the acorn under his feet. We still have the movement of the branch coming out from the front of him. This guy has 1 acorn under his tail. This guy here has 2 acorns under his tail. So it's just little bits that are different that won't give us so much this type of effect. The consistency of the same fussy cut being cut 3 times to form those blocks. So when you open up your fabric, you need to sit down and look at where your repeats of fabric are. Now, I've already gone ahead and traced the 4 pieces that I need to create these 2 blocks to try and help you locate the bits, that you need within your fabric to achieve these this month. So let's start with this one, the guy with the swirly tail that creates this awesome effect. If you look on your fabric, you need to find him. So it's this guy here. Now his repeats are actually close together, which is really handy. You'll see, now I might try and zoom you in a little bit. Down in focus. Yep, you can see that. So you can see we've got this guy here up the right way, and we've got his opposite just off to the side. So it's going to be easy to locate. So we want to trace this one 3 times, and we want to trace this one 3 times, and that will allow us to get that. Wrong one. That'll allow us to get this fussy cut. So when you put your template over your fabric, do your etched lines down so it butts against your fabric. It makes it easy to see. Now what I've done when I've traced mine, I have put my bottom reference hole of my template, move that up a fraction, sorry, the bottom reference hole of my template at the tiny bit of pink fluff at the bottom. I've lined my side reference hole up at the edge of that branch, and my top reference hole is gone in the negative space between those leaves up there. So you can see that I've sat that down there, and I can achieve that repeat another 2 times without any problem. I've used the same reference spots on my other cut, on my reverse cut. So when you're laying it out, you need to find your repeats. So I'm going to take you back out. Whoops, Sharon, out. Okay, so we've got repeat 1. His second repeat's over here, so 2. So that means his alternate reverse repeats here. So we've got 1 and 2. So we need to come down and we will see, where is he? Oh, here. We've got him here and here. Okay, so you clear as mud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will give us this fussy cut. Our other fussy cut is our squirrel with the tail going up. So our first one is down here. So if you've gone and traced these other 2 first, just look a little bit off to the side and you'll find your squirrel over here. And his reversed friend is all the way up here, so they're not quite as close together. Okay, so when you put your template down on this guy, if you want to duplicate what I've done, I actually use the option. The acorn here has 3 stripes, multiple stripes in it. So I've got a light pink, the red, and a light pink. So I've used my whole of my template and lined it up with my second light pink. So I've put that hole there, and I've gone over here. So my other reference hole at the side, I've used at the bottom of the little boy here, in the negative white space up here. And this leaf, can you see how it has the dark line going down the middle? I chose to center my hole and mark my dot. Let me zoom in for you. This here, see the line going down the middle of the leaf? I've put my dot in the center of that leaf. So I know when I come to mark him in the other repeats that I just go the center of that line. I've got my reference hole at this end is my second light pink stripe, center of my line, and then these 2 just fall into place. Okay, so we've done that here. I take you back out. So we need 3 of him, and we need 3 of him. So his repeat, so we've got 1. Move these out of the way. So it's our first ones, and we need to do it 3 times. So we need to look for his others, which are where? Where are they? My squirrel. Here we go. So this one is this one. Okay, so that's our one, and our third's going to be over. Okay, so we've got 1, 2. You can see now I'm moving into my second fat quarter, if you like, and that's why you've got the half yard, because you are not going to get this second fussy cut out of a fat quarter. So you find your third one and you cut 3 of each. So they're the reference holes or spots that I've used on this fabric to make my 2 feature blocks. Now I'm not going to sit and sew these together with you this month. You've seen me do that for the last couple of months. So if you need some more assistance on how to sew your diamonds together, how to baste and sew, we do 2 sections of 3 and then sew our 2 sections in half. If you need more guidance on that, go back and revisit month 1 and month 2 of the Galaxy block of the month, and also maybe go and have a look at my back to basics. It's a mini little short series. It's up on YouTube as well. I think it's 3 parts, maybe 1 part went up in 2 sections, maybe 4 parts, but it's got some basic information there for you. So in addition to those 2 fussy cuts, you can also go back and get some of what I call our highlight fussy cuts out of the fabric. So this is what I was also able to achieve out of my half yard of fabric. So let's have a closer look. So this is this little squirrel guy, which is actually this guy here, but instead of cutting out his mirror image twin, I've just gone and cut 6 of him out. So I've done the highlight fussy cut, got 6 of him, and you can see you've got some great movement with the tail going up, movement to the block and a bit of fun. So this one here, again, I've not cut. This one here has this guy, which is him, and his twin. I've not cut his twin out of this one. I've just gone 6 of the same element of the print and got some fun movement in this hexagon forming in the center as well. That's a fun one to play with. And then our other one, I'm really drawn to this block. I love the movement that we get in the center with the acorns and the leaves looking like they're forming a bit of a ribbon in the center as our little friends running around the outside. And this one here, if you don't want all creatures in your quilt but you're still playing with this print, this is just using the leaf element and the acorn element of the fabric. Okay, I'll let you go and play with your fabrics. I'm going to go and sew my 2 blocks. I'm going to go cut up my coordinates, cut these up, sew my blocks, and I'll be back in a minute for you, but sometime later for me, and yeah, show you my completed blocks. And I'm back, my 2 blocks. This is what you had pictured on your card to make for month 3. There's my completed blocks. I love how these have turned out. I love the pink with the yellow. This yellow is not really something we see a lot from Chula Pink, so it's nice to have this burst of yellow in our blocks. So that's that one. And it's a close-up look at this one. So have fun with your blocks this month. Looking forward to seeing what everybody gets up to, what you create, whether you're following along with what I'm doing or if you're choosing to make the other blocks. Just quickly go grab those. If you're choosing to substitute in any of these instead. Whatever you decide to do to make the quilt yours. Make it a little bit different or follow on with exactly what I'm doing. So that gives us 6 full blocks so far, 2 half blocks, and 12 of our pieced hexagons. I'll be back next month. Enjoy.